Hello, BookTube, and welcome back to my sort of DVD Blu-ray library. And I'm going by, well, it's like a shelf tour, but I'm going by labels. We saw all my Masters of Cinema ones previously in several videos. This will be 2 videos for the Criterion collection of what I have. I hope I can do it in 2 videos. I'm splitting it up again into Silence, first of all, this will be a short uh, uh, video, and then the rest hopefully I can do in one, which will be everything else that I have from the Criterion collection. Not as much as from Masters of Cinema. We'll start out with some DVDs that I still have that they haven't done in Blu-ray yet, and I'm hoping for at least one of these to show up in Blu-ray. And that one is G.W. Pabst, Pandora's Box, starring Louise Brooks, from 1929. It's considered by many her best film, and I have to agree. It was a part sort of made for her, and this is a fabulous. This is sometimes Criterion excels in their extras and everything. There are several music scores on this, and there's audio commentary by film scholars Thomas Eisner and Mary Ann Doan, and it also has a book. Well, I'll show the DVDs in a second. A book, Reflections on Pandora's Box, and it has essays by J. Hoberman on the scores. It's got a talking about the 4 musical scores, and then it's a reprint from, it was a New Yorker, it was Kenneth Tynan, who sort of was the one to sort of rediscover Louise Brooks with his article The Girl in the Black Helmet, and that was the reference to her hairstyle, the bobbed hairstyle. And then also there is an essay by Louise Brooks herself, Pabst and Lulu, it's called, and it's from her book Lulu in Hollywood, which I believe all those, and I think that was originally published in Sight and Sound as well, but then reprinted for her collection of essays in Lulu in Hollywood, which is a fabulous book. And then there's it's a sort of a digipack, and the 2 DVDs with the extras and everything. It's a fabulous collection of that they've done for this one, and they don't always do that. There are exceptions though, that are nice exceptions. So that's Louise Brooks, and I'm hoping they'll come out with a Blu-ray of that with a new transfer and new extras as well. Either them or Masters of Cinema. If it's Criterion, I hope they keep up the quality of this one. And if not, I hope it's Masters of Cinema, or both, and have different extras. And I'll be there for it. It's Louise Brooks, so there's no question of that. And this is one that I've yet to see. Actually, I've not seen this silent. It's called Lonesome by Paul Fayose. It's French, I believe. Yeah, it's a French film. It's from 1928. It says a buried. Oh no, actually, it's Hollywood. It's Hollywood. Buried treasure from Hollywood's golden age. Lonesome is the creation of a little-known but audacious and one-of-a-kind filmmaker, Paul Fayose, also an explorer, anthropologist, and doctor. While under contract at Universal, Fayose pulled out all the stops for a largely silent New York City symphony set in antic Coney Island during the 4th of July weekend, employing color tinting, superimposition effects, experimental editing, and a roving camera, plus 3 dialogue scenes added to satisfy the new craze for talkies. So I'm looking forward to actually viewing that for the first time. And it looks like it's got a commentary and by Richard Kozarski. He's done stuff on Eric von Stroheim written books. And here's one of the fabulous silent film, and I'm glad this was done in Blu-ray. The Phantom Carriage by Victor Seastrom. Swedish film from 1921. Talking about superimposition effects, this excels in it. And this is 1921. Swedish film. It is fabulous. Again, I wish they would have pulled out all the stops for this, but they didn't. The booklet is very small. It's basically, I think it's just one essay. Yeah, it's just one essay. And then a little bit on the scores, on the music. But it is to me a fabulous film, and it also was instrumental for Ingmar Bergman. And there's a scene in here that's right out of with Jack Nicholson. I can't remember the name of the film now. It's from a Stephen King novel where he uses the axe to cut through the door, and he goes, "Here's Johnny." Done first in 1921 by Victor Seastrom. Fabulous film. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I wish they would do more Swedish silent films from I forget the name. I forget the name of the studio that he was at, but I just anything Swedish silence. They're fabulous. Now we're going to sort of a standard of comedy, slapstick comedy, but a genius in many ways. Hence, a documentary called The Third Genius. But we'll get to that in a second. This is Speedy by Harold Lloyd. Now, it's very light. See, this is where I think Criterion falls down. All it is, this is not even a booklet. It's just a fold-out or concertina thing. It's just a small little essay, which you could do so much more. Is there a commentary on this? Because I haven't actually watched this version yet. Yeah, an audio commentary by Bruce Goldstein. So we'll see, but it's very light on extras, which is too bad. But it does have Carl Davis score for the music, and Carl Davis excels in fabulous silent film music. I mean, fabulous. He knows what he's doing for silent film. And another one is Safety Last, which possibly is Harold Lloyd's most famous one, especially the famous scene of him on the clock. And this also has Carl Davis, the musical score by Carl Davis. And it has the Harold Lloyd, the Third Genius documentary done by Kevin Brownlow and his partner, which is, his name just sort of escapes me now. But it's fabulous. It has a little more substantial. It's got actually a booklet with a bit of a longer essay. I think it's still one essay in it. But I was so glad to be able to get this with the documentary in, because it's never... The other two documentaries that were done were Charles Chaplin, which is fabulous. I'll show it eventually, and Buster Keaton. But this one had... I never knew it was on, and then once I saw that it was on here, it was like, yes, I need this. I need this, if only for the documentary. Now we're going to a box set of a director that excels for American and Hollywood films at the time. They're very European in looking, and he did a lot of interesting stuff. He used, well, I'll get to that in a minute. His name is Josef von Sternberg. This is 3 silent films. This is a Blu-ray box set. Criterion, obviously, it's Underworld, The Last Commands, and The Docks of New York. Last Command we saw in the Masters of Cinema, and it's a good one, and I haven't watched the version in here yet to see what the transfer is like, but I'm sure it's the same. It's the same transfer. And there's a booklet, like it's a big booklet. Again, they did well with this, and there are essays in here. A number of essays, which is on each film. And what I was saying, like, he did some interesting things. He wanted a sort of three-dimensional look, so he would use smoke to give depth and dimensions in the scenes, and darkness with shadow. And this is where you can't have this stuff colorized. It just will destroy it. It'll destroy all this depth to it. But these are the individual, they're digipacks, and I like digipacks. And I like them better than the plastic cases. However, when the plastic case is damaged, you can replace it. When these are damaged, you can't do much. And that was Underworld, The Last Command, and The Docks of New York, which is fabulous as well. 3 fabulous silent films by a master filmmaker, master director. He went on to make a lot of sound films as well, so a lot of great stuff. We saw another one, Blue Angel, with Marlene Dietrich, and he did a whole series of films with Marlene Dietrich and other films. A fabulous filmmaker. Another early silent, and a fabulous one. I just wish they had more extras on this one as well. It's very sparse. It's got a booklet, but it deserves more than this. It's called Haxon. Some may know it as Witchcraft Through the Ages, but that's sort of the butchered title. I think it was around in the 60s, 70s, and there was a video with Allen Ginsberg narrating. Oh, horrid. Don't even look at it. Do yourself a favor. Just expunge that out of your mind. This is 1922. It's a Swedish film again. I believe, Benjamin Christensen, and it is fabulous. It's about witchcraft. It's like it purports to be a documentary of witchcraft through the ages. Hence, it was called Witchcraft Through the Ages. And it is fabulous. The director is actually in there. There's a fabulous and famous scene of where he's playing Satan, the devil, and he gets his congregation where he bends over and they got to come up and kiss his bare butt. It's hilarious. It's like, because it sort of works on many levels. The director was sort of God, and you had to kiss his butt to do things. So he literally had the cast kiss his butt. So that's fabulous. Fabulous film. And the last one that we'll do for this, and that's what I say, it's just a fairly short video, is Buster Keaton's The Cameraman. And that's 1928. It's one of his last silents. It's fabulous, and again, it's got a fairly substantial booklet, so it's not too bad. It's about what I think, the minimal I think you should do for these film, and I'm sure it's got it's commentary from 2004. Featuring Glenn Mitchell, author of A to Z silent film. This is a new 2K, or it says 2K restoration for Spite Marriage. So there's a few, and audio commentator as well. Audio commentator on commentary on that as well. So this is a good one. This is, as I say, 1928. These do have spine numbers on, but that doesn't look right. But anyway, most of these are there. See, it's a mixture of UK versions, which I think are the same as the American, but they're region B, and because they're sold here, they're cheaper than getting them from the US. But something like this, that's American. This was from the US, and the Pandora's Box was as well. And there's a couple other ones. Sorry, I forgot. I started out with DVDs, but I'm not finished yet. Criterion has done a interesting line. They call it Eclipse, or they did have it. I don't know if they're still doing it in Blu-ray, which were cheaper DVDs. And here is Silent Ozu 3 family comedies. So they're slim cases with Tokyo Chorus, Passing Fancy, and I Was Born But. And there are very few. It's a cut down version of them. The only thing, there will be a little bit of text inside of these, and I don't think they have commentaries. I don't believe they do. But it's Japanese silent film, and it's quite fabulous. There's another set here by Ozu. I don't really care for this one because it's like you got to pick it up and they slide out, which is a pain. I wish they would have did it more of a slipcase. And the other set that's still Eclipse is Silent Ozu. It's 3 crime dramas: Walk Cheerfully, That Knight's Wife, Dragnet Girl. And this is where they are. See, it's very simple artwork as well. It's like they didn't put much thought into these at all. And again, it'll have a little description on the inside of the insert. And there's one more. If I can get this back in. And it's Silent Nerus. And it's Eclipse as well. And there's 2 films in this one. No Flunky, Work Hard, and No Blood Relation. And Apart From You and Every Night Dreams. Street Without End. Japanese silent films are quite interesting. And they continued to make, actually, silent films. I don't know if these reflect any. Yeah, 1933. I think that's 1933, or is that 1923? Oh, I can't see it properly. I think that, well, anyway, they continued to make silents up into the early to almost mid-30s, which is quite interesting. But yeah, there's my silence for Criterion. The next part will be the rest of them. Hopefully, I'll try to get that done in one video and post it. I'm gonna film it now. I'm just trying to see when I'll post it. It'll either be Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll post it for probably Wednesday. Yeah, I think Wednesday. It'll be posted on Wednesday. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well, and if you've seen any of these films and enjoy them or have any questions about them, please do let me know in the comments. I'm always interested to find other people that enjoy silent film, especially. Take care, BookTube.